listening to Naughty Narratives, your weekly dose of hot takes, plot twists, and unfiltered book talk with your favorite romance-obsessed besties, Maddie and Kyla.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone.
Yes, welcome back. Episode 16.
Woohoo! I'm very excited for this one.
So am I. This was such a good book.
It was. And for everybody listening who maybe missed last episode, we read Lights Out by Navessa Allen. It was so freaking good.
It was so funny.
It was hilarious. Even after you kept telling me how funny it was, I was expecting it, for whatever reason, to just not be that funny, and then I was laughing my ass off the entire way through the book.
I did too. I actually read it at my in-laws' house, and there was several times where I had to put it down because I was like, this is so funny. And my in-laws will read just about anything, but they did not understand the appeal of a dark romance stalker comedy.
Yeah, that kind of doesn't surprise me. That's funny. All right.
So good.
It was. I was expecting really not to like this book, honestly, just because it's so hyped up on TikTok. But I was really worried. And then I loved every bit of it. There was not a moment of it that I was like, that I was bored.
That's exactly how I felt. It did such a good job. And just every bit of the book, I did not have any idea really what the book was about going into it, other than the fact that it was a stalker romance comedy.
Right.
Like, that was all the knowledge I had. But it lived up to everything I had heard about it.
What was your favorite joke?
Kinky.
I like
Every time.
the I'm Batman.
That was also so funny. And when his mask was twisted and he woke up and he couldn't see.
That was hysterical. I've gone blind.
I also like that when they kill that guy and he's like, we did that one thing that we did with me, and he returned his mask so we couldn't see. Oh, that was so funny. There's just so many in here that I loved. Because that's racist, Phil.
I marked so many of them too. I also liked that he had his alter ego person set up as a 30-year-old dad in Utah with a mask king.
Not me imagining my husband.
It was so phenomenal.
As two girlies from Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yep. I freaking loved it. So sorry if you just heard the background noise in here.
At least I couldn't hear it.
Well, that's good. I would hope not. Alex is making noises that people don't want to hear.
I also want to apologize to everybody for the sound of my fucking voice. I had a cold that apparently decided to take me out. All my TikTok content has been me not talking to the camera.
It's okay. I feel like we can understand you really well, so
that's good.
Yeah, I don't feel like you're too quiet or anything.
I feel like a teenage boy.
You do kind of sound like you're experiencing puberty.
Okay.
Oh,
also the when he was like my newly developed praise kink, and right after talking about his breeding kink. Oh, my pager went off, and I was glad for the excuse to get out of there before the next kink I developed was a breeding one. That killed me. It was just so funny.
It really was. I really the part where Allie kicked the floor like a petulant child. I don't want to go to bed. I want to stay up late and get railed. I was like, for whatever reason, that is so relatable.
You're not wrong.
No.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Max.
This book was so funny, and I loved the storyline the entire way through it. I loved the way that she wrote it.
It was so relatable.
It was. And I think that's why I liked it so much. Honestly.
I told Chris this book was awakening things in myself that I didn't know. And they weren't necessarily sexy.
What did he say?
He went, I begged him to let me read this book to him. And
I was going to ask you if he was going to let you.
He has not confirmed or denied. He just keeps going, okay, sure, whatever. And then every time, can I read to you? So, no, I'm going to do this.
You should just force him. I'm kidding.
Just start reading really loud. I'll have to wait till I'm better, but just reading it. Make sure the toddlers are at daycare or something.
No. What was your favorite part of this book?
God, there's so many. Probably when they're driving the dead body to her uncle's house. Which, actually, wrong. When she puts the tracker in his backpack and he spells out LOL on the map.
That was so fucking funny.
Favorite part, by far.
That's not what I was expecting him to do with it. I just thought that he wasn't going to drive home. I thought he was going to
draw a penis.
Yeah, like, well, that would have been funny too, honestly. Either way. I really liked Allie's character too, and I don't know, I liked that they both kind of trauma bonded to one another because they both had fucked up childhoods.
Right.
And I don't know, I relate to that. So,
did you think that the roommate knew the whole time?
I think that it would be really hard to not. Especially if he had the following that they were suggesting that he had, like being on the same IP address and everything. I would just think that somehow he would show up on his For You page at some point in time.
I just think that when Allie sent him that picture, there's no way
that
he didn't recognize his roommate.
Yeah.
A roommate of like almost 10 years.
Yeah, well, and it's not like he clearly is a distinctive looking guy if he thinks that he's that noticeable to people. And it sounds like he has pretty out there, tattoos compared to most people. So I don't disagree with you. I don't know. I feel like Tyler kind of let on, or he knew about a lot more than he let on to that entire time.
Oh, I think for sure he was kind of just like, yep, I'm the self-centered bastard friend. Sure.
Yep.
Just let Josh think that.
His character was interesting too. I mean, I don't know. I didn't find him to be as douchey as they kept making him out to be. He seemed to be pretty helpful with everything they needed.
Pretty down to earth,
yeah.
How I felt too.
I mean, I've spoken to a lot of douchebags, and they don't normally speak so highly of their friends. You know, I mean, like, fair share of Utah kids are douchebags. So I just went to school with them. You laugh because you know I'm right.
I didn't disagree. I just started laughing. I didn't get freaking called out for the Utah hate.
I don't
So
care.
be it.
No, I liked Tyler's character. I wish we would have gotten a little bit more of him than what we saw, even if it was just in passing a couple more times or something. But I just didn't feel like we got a ton from him. We learned a lot of background about their relationship and friendship. But
Well, and that's the other thing is they tried to write him in as a narcissist, and I didn't think he was narcissistic at all. They were like, "Yeah, Tyler's a narcissist," and I was like, "Okay, maybe I don't know what a narcissist is, but he definitely doesn't come across that way."
I don't think he comes across that way either. I don't know. I also really liked shit. I don't remember her name, but then the other nurse at the hospital who was constantly working with Allie.
Laney starts with an L, doesn't it?
It might. For whatever reason, I thought it started with a T.
It could be too.
I don't know if I have it marked in here. But I really liked her character.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of liked all of the hospital scenes that we got to see.
Tanya. You're right, it did start with a T.
Tanya.
I liked all the hospital scenes too. It also made it more relatable. We all have to go to work.
Mm-hmm. I was just gonna say something else too, and it was something I've been thinking about reading this all week long. Oh, I liked that the story progressed the entire time. There was something going on the entire goddamn time, whether she was at work and there was something erupting, or he was doing something, he was watching her, he was sneaking into her house, whatever it was, there was not a lull in things happening in this book. The storyline didn't slow down to me, and I really freaking liked that, because sometimes books just don't keep my attention with.
Yeah, you get good.
Yeah. And I don't know. I really liked that about this one. At least in my opinion, it just kept rolling, kept trucking along.
Right. What did you think about her Italian mobster family?
I wasn't expecting it at all. I don't know if I missed her last name or a mention of the Italian side of her family earlier in the book, and maybe that's why I was caught off guard. But I wasn't expecting it. I did like them I liked the kids for the most part. I thought the junior was funny. But Nico, I don't know. I didn't really know how to feel about him. I liked Moira too.
I liked Moira a lot too.
I thought she was funny.
I think the only mention of her family is when she's talking to the girl who's running the DNA.
That's right.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, I've heard Greg has mob ties."
That's right.
That's the only time and she's like, "Greg's definitely mob. Stay away from him." But then she won't elaborate on how she knows that.
Right. That's right. I remember that part of the book. I just think that it went over but the top of my head. If I'm being completely honest, it just didn't even click. That's what she was talking about.
It was mentioned so quick and so brief that I could get that.
Yeah. I did like how even though they were super unwilling, they were very willing to help them out with the situation. So
Yeah.
I also thought that shitbag deserved to die. I knew the second that he was back in that hospital that something was happening. I was like, I don't know how or in what way, but this man is going to play a bigger part in this story. I thought that she was going to get caught off guard in the parking garage by him.
So
I didn't expect him to show up at her house. So that twist I enjoyed.
I was kind of 50-50 because they do lead up to like her, like him getting her a whole new security system
That's true.
and all of that. But also the parking garage scene also made me think that maybe it could be there too. So
I don't understand how he was hiding bodies and his family claimed to not know about it. Like, I don't know. You're paying your son that much money to be alive, or paying for his life, whatever. I would just think that you're over there more frequently. Maybe not, but
especially if you've been covering up his crimes since he was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would want him to stop committing those freaking crimes.
Yeah, and for you to act so baffled that he went a step beyond raping and brutally beating people to murdering, it's not that much of a stretch to me. Like, if you could do the first one, you could probably do the second.
You have obviously no humanity or empathy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like Allie talks about, the black eyes. Which it kind of scares me. Yeah. It scares me that Josh can switch back and forth between making his not like that.
Funny.
I will tell you that he's my new. He beat out Zayden, and I didn't think that anybody would ever do that.
Wow, you heard it here first. I didn't think that. He didn't do that for me.
I'm obsessed with him. I think he's phenomenal. In comparison to all the other bookmen.
Okay, but wait.
It's Josh.
Wait, because we've talked about this in an earlier episode. You really didn't get the whole, like, chasing somebody down.
I still didn't fully get that. I could have done without the entire epilogue, if I'm being completely honest with you. I did understand Allie's, like, breakdown of it being animalistic and that kind of thing. I can kind of see where she's coming from on that. But no, I still don't want to be chased down and have, like, my clothes torn from my body without me saying yes to it. That I don't know. I'm still not super into that, but everything else that happened in the book I was fairly fine with. There were a couple parts I was like, Jesus, but
Like the knife?
yeah, that was a big one. Specifically though, like the first time that they ever, well, I guess they didn't really fuck because he just edged her, I think, is all that happened the first time. And that scared. I'm good. I don't want to experience that ever in my life. I don't think. That's terrifying.
Oh gosh. What was I gonna say? Crap. I can't remember.
Oh man.
I can't remember. There was something right there, but it's gone now. The knife scene was probably the only one that was a little bit too much for me.
Which one? The one where he holds it to her neck, or the one where he has her
write it?
Yeah, okay. That's what I. Yeah. The only thing that I was picturing in that was, what if his hand slips and then he accidentally cuts his hand open and pulls it away and then you go down? Yeah. No. There's just too many what ifs. Also, it seems uncomfortable. It's a solid plastic or wooden handle. There's no
Metal.
way that's... Was it metal?
It was metal.
That's right. She was cold.
Yeah, she talks about how cold it was.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good.
Yeah, that was a bit much for me. The rest of it, I did whatever, but that one was a bit much where I was like, whoa.
Agreed. I fucking loved Fred. Hold on, guys. Kyla's dying.
As per usual. I also loved Fred. I also loved Fred liked him, but nobody else.
I love that she had to make the distinction about cats liking psychopaths also, because they are psychopaths.
Yeah. Right. That whole the cat was just like the cherry on top to the whole situation. I also love that they referred to the cat as their child the whole time.
I know. I thought it was funny that he just immediately was like, mommy and daddy. He doesn't know this woman hardly, but...
Well, he knows her a lot better than she knows him.
That's true. That is very fair. See, I know that I shouldn't like him more than Zayden, because at least Zayden didn't stalk somebody in order to get them to fall in love with him. I promise I don't have some fucked up version of Stockholm Syndrome, okay? It's not me.
I have to start questioning your boyfriend. I mean, I get it though, because she was into it. Like she wasn't into it. She was into it from before he even started. So it's a little different.
That's true. And she did say that she had I don't know, big feelings towards him because she had been watching his videos for so long.
Right.
Which, I guess in theory I could understand. That would just kind of be like having a long distance relationship. So.
One-sided, but
Yeah. And what are the odds of you falling in love with some fucking masked man on the internet and he somehow ends up being your ex hookup's roommate? No wonder women hate you. That is like every woman on TikTok's dream that's on Book Talk's side of TikTok.
Facts. So, do you remember when TikTok was going dark in January and all of the masked men were taking off their masks and it was all women?
Yes.
And I was like, is this my bi awakening? Oh my god.
Well, be careful, because if you're bi, you don't
Oh,
exist
yeah.
at the moment.
Never mind. I
currently don't identify.
if you don't exist, you don't pay taxes. So
Fair point.
if he wants your money, he'll recognize you as a person.
True.
No, I thought that was so funny. What did you think about the car scene when he drove her home?
When he brought her snacks,
Yeah.
It got really, really spicy before I expected it to. All of a sudden.
Listen, I've had good dick, but I've never wanted it that bad.
I've never. No. I mean, I've definitely looked at my man and been like, yep, you're attractive. I know why, but it's never been like.
Right now.
Yeah. Like, let's go time. No. Oh. I did think it was funny, though. I appreciated that he brought her snacks. I thought that was really cute. And I like that he thought of all the small things.
Yeah, the car being warm.
Her heat seater being on.
The fact that he knew she'd be uncomfortable.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know how I would have felt, though, driving home with a knife and a gun both trained on me.
I guess you know there's blanks, so.
That's true. That's true. I forgot that he says that.
Still, the knife was obviously sharp.
That was one of my favorite parts of the entire book. Allie just stabbed me. And then when he says it, he's like, how am I going to tell her that she's the one who just mutilated me? Oh, I loved it.
Or the assholes that are. What did they do? Honk or something?
Yes, something like that. I remember what scene you're talking about. I can't.
They're like road raging about something.
Didn't they like look down and catcall her?
Yeah.
Or something like that, and he
They catcalled her.
stepped out with the knife or something?
Yeah, he like opened the door and stood up with the knife.
You know, if I was sitting in my car and some 6'4" man with a big ass knife got out, I'd shit myself a little bit. Yeah.
So the men in my family are inherently tall.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, my uncle, my grandpa, and my uncle and my dad used to drive these tiny ass cars. My dad a Honda Civic, my uncle a Toyota Corolla, and people would road rage with them. And my uncle, so funny, he would just let them follow him to like a gas station, and he'd pull up like he was getting gas, and he'd just step out, this massive 6'4" dude, and they would just be like, drive off.
Yep.
I think about that all the time.
Must be nice.
I can't even complain about my height because that seems unfair.
Yeah, fucking 5'2". You're like at least 5'5", 5'6", aren't you? Yeah.
Maverick.
I mean, granted, I could wear heels, but I don't.
I can't walk it.
Heels and compression socks don't really go together.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh my god. It's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Let's talk about him accidentally killing.
I was just gonna say that. But just the reaction when he found out he did kill them. Same.
The pulling off his hood and immediately going and throwing up in the woods and then just being like, well, so much for not leaving any DNA here.
So funny.
It was so comedic the whole way through, and I loved that. I mean, I feel like most of the time we read these books and we're begging for something to break up all the darkness, and the comedy carried this book.
For sure, without a doubt. I mean, there's jokes literally all the way through it.
Mm-hmm.
More in the beginning than near the end, but
I loved the jokes with the henchmen at the end.
I love when they call him Porno Stash Joe. I literally was like crying. Christopher is gaming and I'm reading on the couch. He just looks over and I'm just laughing so hard I'm crying. And he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "You need to read this book, dude." I'm gonna buy him the Audible version. If he won't let me read it to him,
Somebody else do it.
yeah.
You'll see tomorrow when I post it, but our episode post, there's some very great clips of the audiobook on TikTok, and I picked a very funny one. The audio for tomorrow's episode drop. So
I'm so excited. This is such a good book, like very lighthearted, very very just has that the romance, the suspense, but also the comedy that leaves you just satisfied at the end. Which I know is a weird word to use in this context.
Fulfilled. Also, I will say that is one thing I did hate about this book. Them saying when they would touch my sex. I think that's so fucking weird. Don't say that. And there was another one. Shit, there was another one that I did. Oh, he filled me up. Shut up. Shut up.
What, you don't like that visual?
I just don't need you to say it. It's weird. Like, you're acting like that is your only goal in this world and lifetime is to be filled by things. It's gross. I don't like it.
How big is his dick?
I would like to know that too, actually, because
Navessa, I need measurements because what the fuck?
I could feel him behind my teeth. That's large.
How thick around do you need to be? Does you have to be taken inch by inch by inch?
No.
And even with all that prep, she was sore.
Well, and then the way that he just talks about every time after that, like ramming into her, there's no way. How are you not breaking her in half? You don't just adjust to that quickly.
It's gonna be so TMI, and I can't believe I'm about to say this right now. Somebody just put me in the ground after, but if I get hit at the wrong angle, I'm bleeding for days. I can't even imagine.
No, no. And I think it's hilarious how she talks about how she's so vanilla before. And I was sitting there reading the book and I was like, Jesus Christ, am I books considered vanilla in comparison to this?
Same.
No, this one was so good. I loved this fucking book.
I told you I learned a lot of things about myself I didn't know once I started it.
That is so fair. And I am really excited to read the next one.
I know, it's a controversial one for sure, and I'm excited.
I know. I don't know what the second one is about. Is it different characters? Do we know?
I think so.
I think it is. Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
think they're both standalones, but part of the same.
That's what I thought. Because the names for the other one are different, I believe, that I keep seeing on TikTok and social media. Yeah, I would like for her to get back on social media. I think it's a little sad that
she got bullied off the internet.
Which, yeah, fuck you guys. Be nice. Like, you can not like a book and not be a dick about it, y'all. It's not that hard. I'm not saying it's our listeners, but you know, let's be nice.
The next book is about Junior.
No shit.
Nico Junior Trashy.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's a voyeurism and play club kinks. I've never been into voyeurism.
No, that should be an interesting read.
Every time I laugh, I have to resist the urge to cough up a lung. So
I'm sorry.
it's okay. It's a great episode to be sick. I would say have kids, y'all, but they go to daycare and then they come home. Actually, my husband got me sick. I can't even say it was kids.
No, and you've had it for like a week now. Oh, she's dying again. Hold on.
I have had it for like a week, but this is Saturday. Near the end of the day, my voice started to like break, and I was like, no. And then yesterday, I had no voice, which is why we couldn't record.
Right.
Today's better, but oh my gosh. No, I love this book. I'm very excited for the next one, and I think it's shitty that everybody bullied her off the internet, but I think that that's sometimes good for authors to do when their books come out, especially really popular ones, especially if negative feedback is hard for you to process.
I don't disagree with that. I do think that while everybody should be nice and nobody needs to be rude for no reason, that you also can be an adult and understand that your book is going to receive criticism.
For sure.
And that's no reason to just up and leave the internet where like 400,000 other people support you from what I've seen. So
Right, especially because TikTok is what made her an author. I don't know if you read the acknowledgments or whatever at the end.
I read the first page. I didn't really go that much further, honestly.
Where she talks about how she made a Hear Me Out video.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I remember that video. I didn't realize
that it led to
this, but I remember seeing that and being like, yeah, that would be a good book. I would read something like that. So,
yeah, I thought that was cool.
That is cool. I really liked how modern this book was.
God. Do you remember last episode when we talked about how I couldn't get through the last ACOTAR book? You have to talk about it.
Because they announced the... I saw the videos!
So she finished the draft for ACOTAR 6, and I couldn't finish A Court of Silver Flames. Worse than that, I said I hadn't read Crescent City because of how big those books were. Excuse me, sorry. In order to read ACOTAR 6, I have to read the Crescent City series as well. So come at me, I guess. I have books to read.
It's like ACOTAR 6 and the 4th Crescent City.
I guess they're all related somehow. I guess something happens in the 3rd Crescent City that relates back to ACOTAR. But, yeah, so I guess I have 4 books now to read. And I don't know if you've seen how freaking thick the Crescent City books are.
I have.
But I've heard they're more modern versions of Fae. So they have bones and it's different.
That would be kind of cool, honestly. Wouldn't mind. I've thought about reading that series just because I did love Throne of Glass so much.
I heard Crescent City's very good. I just have not had the willpower to read something that size.
I've been reading a lot lately too, so that's adding to it. I get it.
Reading and writing a lot. So
Yeah, well, between work and all the reading that we're doing and all the writing and then doctor's appointments and also trying to have a summer.
You're doing way better of a job at that than I am.
Oh God, I don't know. I talked to Alex about it yesterday. I told him I was like, I felt bad because I feel like I'm trying so hard to keep up with him and it's not going to last for much longer because I'm getting to that point of burnout and I can feel it. It's hard. I just can't spend that much time in the sun and the heat. My body
Right.
doesn't allow it right now.
Right. I get it.
I
I
know.
get it. But I did want to, before we sign off here, because we're about at the end, I did want to thank everybody who may or may not follow me on social media, but if you do and you have purchased my books during their free week, I have over 90 orders right now of
That
my
is
books.
so awesome. Hell yeah.
And I'm top 100 on Amazon for books of dragons and
That
mystical
is
creatures. So, thank you if you have purchased them. I super appreciate it.
so cool, Kyla. I'm so proud of you.
This book promo has gotten me further than I've done on anything marketing wise. So, I'm very excited.
Hell yeah. That's badass.
So,
I'm very excited for you.
thank you. Thank you. Well, please make sure to like and subscribe. It does help us out a ton.
Yes, we really appreciate it, and we will be back with you guys next week for what was that one called? Caught Up?
Caught up. Are we reading that one next week or are we doing another in between?
Oh, we'll have a filler actually, but we'll be back next week. You guys get the gist.
Oh my gosh.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.